Once a cop, let it knock, yeah. I for one thing we should celebrate redemption instead of condemning it.
Welcome to Corey's Corner. Did you hear? Today's the big day. The NYPD is rolling out its new quality of life initiative. They created a whole division to deal with quality of life issues. Take a look at this news report of the rollout from the police commissioner and mayor.
The NYPD announced a new initiative focused on improving quality of life for New Yorkers. Here's some of the things the new initiative's tackling: illegal parking, out-of-control scooters, and noise complaints. Eyewitness News reporter NJ Burkett live in Gramercy Park with more on this story. NJ.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. We're live outside the 13th Police Precinct where the mayor and the police commissioner unveiled this new plan here this morning. As they've said, crime is trending lower in some cases, in some categories, many categories, at all-time historic lows. But despite that, Dave, there is still this overall perception of disorder and even chaos at some times and in some places. So the department has formed a new division intended to contend with these so-called quality of life offenses. To be clear, not all of this will be in the subway. They're going to use 311 complaints and information from the community to pinpoint problems in neighborhoods as well as the subway and to address them. Panhandling, derelict vehicles, loud music, illegal motorcycles, ATVs, many of the kinds of things that contribute to this sense of disorder. Those kinds of complaints have gone up, in fact, just as overall crime in the city has gone down. Commissioner's going to explain what they're targeting. First, the mayor will explain why.
Time and time again, when I talk to New Yorkers about their perception of safety, their concerns frequently come down to quality of life problems, making them feel less safe.
New Yorkers are telling us that even as crime falls, that they still don't feel safe. So we're putting together a plan to address illegal parking, abandoned vehicles, homeless encampments, unreasonable noise, out-of-control scooters and e-bikes, open-air drug markets, and more. All of this, especially when it's compounded day after day, gives people the impression of chaos and disorder.
Well, the department's new Quality of Life division will roll out in a pilot program in several precincts across the city over the next several weeks. They're going to use officers transferred from other commands and specially trained to deal with these quality of life offenses.
Sounds good, looks good, feels good. Well, I'm going to tell you here on Corey's Corner, I'll be the first one to tell you, this might be masked as the new stop and frisk. Why do I say that? I played in this movie before. We all seen this movie in the early 90s. Quality of life, Squeezy Man, urinating outside, all of these things. We got to bring crime down. And guess what happened? Hundreds and hundreds of thousands of minorities were illegally stopped, questioned, and or frisked for absolutely no reasonable suspicion or probable cause. So everything that glitters is not gold. Watch what you ask for, the citizens of New York City, because you're asking for this. And I know personally, police work is not rocket science. You can do this without violating people's rights. But we'll see. You're hearing it here first on Corey's Corner, that it's going to start with homeless encampments. It's going to start with graffiti, all of this stuff they're talking about. And then it's going to morph into young men and women, minorities, hanging on corners, open containers of alcohol, so on and so forth. You're hearing it from me. And then the complaints are going to go through the roof that they're harassing the young minorities. But this is what y'all asked for. Let me just put this disclaimer. Hopefully they stick to it, and this is exactly what happens. But another thing I want to bring out is I don't understand why they're training officers from different commands to go into the commands where the pilot program is going to start. Wouldn't it make more sense to use the officers where the pilot program is going to start, since they already have the relationship with the community? They know who's who and what's what. It would make sense, but, it's the NYPD. Nothing really makes sense when they come up with these initiatives. And so that we all are clear, that the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, actually testified in federal court on why the NYPD is abusing stop, question, and frisk, and they're not doing it correctly. And the NYPD was under, or I think it's still under, consent decree. They was found guilty of targeting minorities for absolutely no reason. So this is his bag. This is his initiative. When it goes left, he holds this along with Tish. I played in this movie. I've seen this movie before. Okay? It's going to morph into thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of young minorities being illegally stopped, questioned, and frisked. Let me know your thoughts about this. I'm Corey Pegues. Always keep it right now, bro. Peace.